Hi guys, so I am doing NaNoWriMo this year, and this video isn't exactly about me doing NaNoWriMo, but I am going to mention my novel quite a bit, so I thought that I'd mention it. Also, I've left a link below so you can add me as your writing buddy if you're doing NaNoWriMo as well. But you see, in my story, I have two main characters, and none of them are white or straight. And while I was writing this, I remembered this conversation that I had with one of my friends a couple of months ago, where she asked me why I always read books that was about queer characters. And I remember that I told her that I was just so bored with the same old stories about white straight couples. It wasn't interesting, it felt like it was the same stories, and I didn't understand why every novel had to be about white straight people. And I remember that she said, well, people write about what they know. And on one hand, I totally get that. You know, people want to write about something that they know about. But on the other hand, I don't think that justifies making every character straight and white. And I'm going to explain why. As you can see, I am very white, but neither of my two biggest characters are. My main character, whose name is Simon, is black. And I have not written him any differently than I would a white character. My other main character's name is Haley, and she is Puerto Rican. And other than the fact that she sometimes mentions where her family comes from, I haven't written her, like, her personality or how she acts isn't different than a white character. Because just as white characters are not the same, neither is all black characters or all Latina characters. They are all different people. And obviously every character you write isn't going to be exactly like you. So changing the skin color literally doesn't mean anything. It doesn't suddenly mean that you cannot write this character anymore. Now, obviously there are always exceptions to the rule, and I think personally I wouldn't write a story about the struggles of being black because I have no idea what those are because I am white. But my story doesn't have anything to do with Simon's skin color. He just happens to be black. That's just how he is. That being said, I'm obviously aware that white people and black people have different experiences, and I have researched things to look out for when writing characters of color. But what I'm trying to say is that your characters don't all need to be like you. That would be boring if every character was exactly like you. Now, sexuality-wise, none of them are straight. Then again, neither am I. Simon is a gay man, which I obviously don't have any experience with being, but just like his skin color, it's just a part of him. It's not something that defines him, and honestly, it doesn't have much to do with the story. Haley, however, is a biromantic asexual, which is obviously something that I know more about. But the thing is, you can write characters that are different, but who also share some of your traits. All of my characters have at least something in common with me. Like I said, Haley is biro-ace, and Simon has depression and anxiety. I have another character whose name is Spencer, who kind of looks like me, but they're also not me. Simon is a black gay man, which is obviously not something that I have tried personally being. Haley is nothing like me at all. She's an extrovert, she has a habit of debating with people often, and she's Latino. Again, all of which are things that I am not. Spencer might look like me, but personality-wise, we are nothing alike. She's a naturally sweet, outgoing girl who is very easy to talk to. I still agree with the write about what you know thing though, because like I mentioned, I wouldn't write a story about the struggles of being African American because I am white and I don't even live in America, so like I would obviously not know anything about that. And honestly, I'd rather support people of color writing those stories than writing them myself. In my novel, I am writing about social anxiety and depression. This is because I know it personally. I can't write something that's blatantly wrong because most of the things I'm writing is based off personal experiences. I don't think I'd recommend that a person who has never experienced mental health issues to write a story about mental health issues. Because if you've never tried it yourself, you can easily misinform people. I have read some very bad books about mental health where the author clearly had never tried it themselves. You know, where characters get over their issues just by deciding to live every day like it was their last one and just decide to be happy, but that is literally not how mental health works. Those books annoy me, but I wouldn't say to you, never write a story where a character has a mental disorder. As long as you research it, you probably could, but if I were you and you have never had a mental disorder yourself, I would not write a story where the main focus is a mental disorder. Anyways, I just wanted to use this video to say that representation is easy. All your characters don't have to be exactly the same as you, and you can easily write characters who aren't white, straight, cis, or maybe people of other religions. Just look at Rick Riordan. He is a straight, white, cisgendered man who has written about plenty of people of color, characters of other religion, gay characters, bi characters, pan characters, trans and gender fluid characters, and the list goes on. He is brilliant with representation. So yeah, that's my last advice. Be like Rick Riordan.